Sorry.
Seinfuck.
So I have all kinds of stuff that I would love to talk with you guys about today. I have no air conditioning in my car, so consequentially, I've been left alone with my worst thoughts all day. I come up with some humdingers.
Okay.
I'll read some off to you here. And
Well,
you just
for
stop me.
context, for context, no AC in the car. How hot is it in Arizona right now?
Today was a balmy 103.
Ooh.
Yes, it is April. It is April still at the time of recording. Probably will be at the time of release, just barely. You just stop me when there's something you would like to talk about here, all right?
No, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Go off,
So-
King.
Is there anything more annoying than people who like making chocolate their personality? I contend, no.
How many people make chocolate their personality?
You haven't met one.
I haven't. No, I'm not sure if you have.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have.
Is this a dig on Mr. Beast? Is that what's going on?
This is a dig at a coworker, is what it is. Does Mr. Beast make
It's
his
just a
chocolate?
very specific dig to a coworker that you are more or less friendly with.
Yeah, Augustus, listen up, Augustus Gloop. Listen here, you fucking asshole.
Little did know, Harper works at the Wonka factory.
Yeah, whenever these fucking idiots fall in my boss's creations, his wondrous creations, I come out of a rock and start singing with other employees. That's my job.
It's a good job. It's
Great
stable.
job.
Stable
I have my
income.
401k. I got
And you
great
get to
insurance.
dance around dead children. They're like dance and sing over dead kids.
I really
In
want
America, you'll never want for employment with that kind of work.
No, this is the kind of factory jobs that Donald Trump has promised he will
Exactly.
to return to the
Hard-paying
States.
factory jobs.
Yeah, your factory job is you better fucking sing when the children are dying. all
It's
right?
a
I
great
want-
factory. It came here from the United Kingdom.
This is probably the worst joke I'm ever going to make in my life. It's not, but it's going to be bad. You think... No, we might have to cut around this. I'm sorry, Sasha.
Just say the fucking joke.
We'll cut it.
I
if it's
think the Oompa Loompas, if the good factory paying jobs at the Wonka factory would have happened and the Oompa Loompas were singing after Parkland, I'm just saying, Sandy Hook would have been very different if the Oompa Loompas started singing right afterwards.
bad. You putting Sandy Hook on the Oompa Loompas.
Wait, you're saying Uvalde is based
What
is
do
because
you
of
get when there's no real shooter? And their parents are crisis actors.
No, the real,
what
the
do you
real.
do when it is all a lie?
There were no children who died.
There's something very wrong with this.
Alex Jones was telling truths.
Oh, I hate this so much. I apologize
great joke,
immensely.
Robert. Great
Thank you.
joke, Robert.
Thank you for finishing
This
it
is all
for
on Robert.
me. Yeah.
We're not cutting anything.
Thank you for
Robert,
finishing
man,
it for
he
me.
put the song in the chat for us to sing too. He's really quick with it. You got to give him that.
I
Yeah,
take
we had a
sole
transcript.
responsibility for this absolutely terrible thing.
I always like when they like talk about gun control and the response is, "Oh, you're taking away my freedom." I'm like, what does that even mean?
It's easy to say when you don't have any freedom, Malcolm. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have no. You're all, dude. I wanted to tell you this.
Yeah.
We have that fantasy hockey pool, right? Maybe listeners who listen on a weekly basis are familiar. We pay in $25 Canadian in October, and it gets into a pot, and it gets paid out to the winner at the end of the season. And my friend who I just brought in had just won the pot, and he messaged me how disappointed he was considering how far both USD and CAD fell in value since putting in 25 American dollars. He's lost about $50 thanks to the current economic arrangement, 250 Canadian.
I mean, he could defer the pod and see if he'll do better in the fall.
Yeah.
Pass
season.
it to the next guy.
But how many times can you defer it?
I don't think you can. I think he
No.
got it. And I think there was an apology from our commissioner as well. He said something to the effect of, "You're being paid in monopoly money. Sorry, lol."
I got it. I came in third, but apparently that was worth nothing. I didn't get my money back, and I didn't win anything.
That's
I thought that I was going to ask you too, because this It's 250 Canadian for first place, and it's 300 collected. So I thought, what is that? First and second and third was a prize, or is that just first and second?
I don't know. I should probably message our commissioner.
I like how we were just all blindly giving our commissioner money.
It's just he's fully like
We never asked.
mega churching it. He's like,
Yeah, a $50
thanks
commission
to
for the
this,
league.
I'm able to get my guac on my burrito bowl. These fucking rubes
Yeah.
are paying into this league.
$50 missing dollars. There's not 60 missing dollars. Where'd the $70 go? I don't know.
Listen, if I don't get my money, Commissioner, I'm going to dox you at the next podcast.
Hopefully, a good portion of John's fans are staying over for the next episode here. We appreciate you if you are. If so, would you be receptive to receiving docs and harassing our commissioner? Let us know.
That would be extremely useful. Thank you.
Thank
Please
you.
and
We would
thank
love
you.
to have a personal army like that.
Yeah.
We understand you're not our personal army, of course. We love you anyway.
we're
No,
here
no.
to, here we're three guys, two of which had pretty viral calls, and one that people have forgotten about, including John himself.
Including his other hosts.
We haven't.
I will
I
say-
still think yours is the best, Malcolm.
They won't be
because-
our army. They're more going to be like our mercenary troop of child soldiers.
our troubadours.
there are Oompa Loompas, all right? They're the ones singing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Do they sing when children die? Well, we just have to find out.
Yeah.
You Malcolm out of $25. We are the listeners of Seinfuck.
Harper, they should have had you at the fucking Wonka experience. That would
I
have
work
been.
at the. I told you I work there.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
in
I
tried to get
Glasgow.
Malcolm
you're,
to buy-
you're in the Arizona
I
branch.
was there.
They're in the
Listen,
Glasgow
last year I went to the source.
Yeah.
I went to a warehouse in Los Angeles. I met with the woman who was Oompa Loompa, and let's just say that I'm working on a deal. All right, I'm
Thank
working
God.
on a deal.
Thank God. Can we get some applause here, Sasha? Thank God.
Yeah.
Because I
I'm-
have a new boss, and I had pitched Malcolm to buy the plant a year ago, and he was hesitant.
Yeah. Well, I was just worried, but now with the dollar, now I got some money out of the stock market. I gotta put it into real tangible business.
Got a good tip.
And
huh?
I want to put, so I'm creating American chocolate.
You'd be the first. You'd be the first to do it.
Good Arizona grown chocolate cacao.
Yeah, cacao. Yeah, we're doing Arizona cacao. Yeah, we got, we're using fertilizer that mostly known for coyotes.
Yep. We're using it was specialized in coyote shit with our fertilizer.
No, it's funny. It dug up on the soil of the 101. No, I get it. I
No,
get
no,
it, because
here's
that's
what we actually do.
No, Malcolm was no. Malcolm was going to say that the fertilizer was extracted from the contracts we signed to hit the cap floor, right, Malcolm? That's what you were going to say.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
you, pal.
We're using the dead legs of Shea Weber, and we're using like the fucked up skin of Marion Hossa.
No, hey, come on. That's so whack.
Welcome to Hockey Talk,
Hockey
ladies and
fans,
gentlemen.
hockey fans, we know you. We are killing it today with you, bud.
Seinfuck.
Yeah, so
Yeah, those are good. Those are good jokes in 2018.
Dude. 2018, 2019, Harper and Malcolm listen to this and slapping their knees. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're going like
Especially the Hossa skin one. That one was
They're
fucked
going-
up.
What else did you have for us, Harper? You said you had a list. Of
Yeah, I do have a
grievances.
list. I do. I'm going to keep going here. Places I would rather be than Utah. Let's see. Hell.
Mm.
The Middle East in an active war zone.
Oh,
Specifically Utah.
The Desert Botanical Garden on a 124-degree day.
That is fucking hot. I like the
Department
Desert
of Motor
Botanical Garden,
Vehicles.
but that is fucking rough.
what is the Desert Botanical Garden? I actually don't know.
Infer based on the name. It's literally just a garden of desert botanicals.
Yeah, it's just
In
just like a landscape
Arizona.
thing. You walk around, it's cool.
in the greater Phoenix area.
In the Greater
Yes.
Phoenix. It's like one
Oh,
of
yeah.
our 3 tourist attractions.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's-
perfect. Is it closer to Scottsdale?
No, it's like
no.
closer to Tempe, I think.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's closer to Tempe.
Kids go there on their field trips and they're like, why are we here? It's 130 degrees outside.
Yeah, exactly. Because they
Like-
always have to go in fucking August for some reason.
Yeah, they're like, you got to learn about the flowers.
Yeah, I can see the cactus flowers. I see the cactus blooming. I appreciate the complimentary single bottle of water, but why did it have to be like 12 milliliters,
That's fair.
Like
Fair.
kids are actively. I'm pretty sure one of the kids on our field trip passed out.
I would rather be in Sodom when God smote it than Utah. I would rather crawl through broken glass, etc. I don't know why I put that one.
I love that, etc. And other stuff.
Glass and rusty nails and needles.
Whatever else you don't think is that great to crawl
I'd rather
through.
drag my dick through downtown LA than hear one more fucking word of your horse shit.
I'd rather step on Legos in my children's bedroom than fucking go.
I'd rather drag
I
my
would.
dick through my children's Legos.
I would rather have $1 million in a briefcase on Skid Row than be in Salt Lake City, Utah for longer than a second.
I mean,
That
you
is
have $1
the
million,
truth.
but you're getting stabbed for it. But you have $1 million, but you're getting
If you can make
stabbed
on
for
Skid
it.
Row, yeah.
Well, they don't know it's $1 million. They just see a man in an oversized suit with a briefcase.
No,
And
they
think
can smell
bingo.
it. They can smell it.
bingo. That guy's got $1 million.
That guy's
You
making
could
a
have-
deal.
That's
You're
the
looking
thing.
like
You could
you're
have-
looking like a game show host, like on TikTok. Like that's what it is.
Who
They're
is
like,
ready
hey
to
guys.
play? Who hasn't showered the longest? Who's on the most heroin, guys?
Yeah. Hey, listen. Whoever can do more heroin gets the $1 million.
Find that fentanyl.
It's like a fucking Family Feud setup, but it's like boxes instead of the daises they're at,
Yeah.
And I like still kissing all the bums on the female bums on the cheek. You know?
That's kind of sweet, honestly.
I'm like playing with their tits and shit. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Afterwards, you're like, the winner gets free dental care.
Ooh, that is good, but they would much rather have fentanyl.
Didn't they try
yeah.
that? Didn't they try that for like a?
Well, that's what they used to do in the 90s to get people onto like Maury and Jerry Springer and like the Jenny Jones show.
yeah.
Is that
Okay,
they would
that's
go and they're
right.
basically like, we'll pay you to get here. You'll stay at a nice hotel and also we'll give you free dental care. So like all their teeth look good. That's why if you ever watch those shows, no one ever has fucked up teeth. It's because they all like the requirement to be on it was like, hey, listen, we know you're trailer trash, but we're going to make your teeth look good. And so they all said yes.
Dude, I absolutely would take that deal. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. They
Why
give me
the-
like full dental implants. Absolutely. I will air whatever grievances you want on television.
He already does it on the podcast for jack shit
Do it for fucking free every day.
every day.
This whole topic of conversation was brought up because I pointed out rightly on my X profile, my Twitter page, that Salt Lake City and its new gaggle of assorted hockey fans don't know anything about the sport that they are now viewing for the first time, likely.
Yeah, because they haven't had
Yeah.
a fucking team before. Why would
After
they?
making that observation, Robert, that very poignant observation, that very true characterization,
Yeah.
I also pointed out that other fans of the league treated them way better than they treated Coyotes fans. And that is also objectively true. Would you agree, Malcolm?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, before like Utah, the only exposure to hockey they had was their ECHL team,
The Grizzlies,
which is
right?
like double A professional, like North American hockey, as well as just a hockey at the 2002 Winter Olympics. That's it. Like they had nothing else.
Well, I regret to inform you, the Utah Wasatch group chat found that post, which was only intended for the hockey faithful in Arizona, and showed it to some pathetic e-girl who happens to like the hockey club. And she responded, and her orbiters descended upon me like carrion birds and made unflattering AI imagery of me.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They made videos of me getting teabagged in Halo.
This is not
Absolutely, they did.
real.
No, it's true. You can go look at I can send you, and you can pour through the hundreds of unkind things that were said to me because I told it, they hated Jesus because he told the truth. And now they hate me because I stood up to those fucking latter-day assholes and said, you do not understand the sport. You do not know what offsides is. And I made the point of telling one or two people, okay, if you're so knowledgeable in the sport, show me a video of goaltender interference. And that one really pisses them off because the NHL also doesn't know. So the point of this is to say, I am subjected for the first time in my life to a hockeyless Arizona. And I have to hear people in Salt Lake address Ryan Smith, the devil himself, chanting, "We want the cup." My man, you did not know there was a cup last year. I don't want to hear it from you people. Very unkind things were said about me. Very unkind. I was told I have a micro penis. I was told that I am over 400 pounds. I've been called Bucky, Bucksy, bucko, and all sort of unflattering variations therein.
Okay.
And for what justice? And for what reason? None of them even made the attempt to say, we do know about hockey, Buck Panic. We do know about hockey, and your characterization is unflattering. You know who did make those remarks? People who live in Utah that came there from Philadelphia and root for the Phillies. And to them I say, that's tough, pal. Philadelphia sports fan living in Utah? No, that's tough. That's sports hell. That's sports hell.
Going from Philly to Utah is already pretty bad.
They just won the Super Bowl. I don't feel bad for them.
Well,
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I really appreciate you taking the time.
They didn't win the Super Bowl. They moved to Utah.
That's true. You can't claim that, you asshole. Not until Utah gets an NFL team.
I mean, based on, the success of Quadrillix or whatever the hell that company's called, they're due any point.
When advertisers realize all that data Ryan Smith is feeding them is absolutely pointless, that company will plummet in value. Plummet.
But he's already sports washed himself. He took all that cash and then put it in the team. So he's got the Jazz. That's the one thing I want the Utah team to do. It's like they need to co-opt the name of like their team from a different city. Not the Coyotes, obviously, but just like, how like Utah Jazz makes no fucking sense. Like I just want it to be like, just something like, the Utah Humdingers or something.
Humdingers. Yeah, that's good. No, that's good. The
bee's
Utah
knee.
potato farmers.
Yeah.
I read somewhere on Twitter today.
Utah
Malcolm.
flesh suits.
Why can't they just call them like the Utah
What region is
Soakers?
the Utah flesh suits from?
That's terrifying. One.
You tried to get away with that one. Where are you getting
fucking
that?
Silence of the Lambs and fucking shit.
Yeah.
Utah skinwalkers, he says.
Utah Skinwalkers, honestly, I would love that. That would be really cool. That would be fucking awesome.
Because I would be able to.
Another like a co-opting of of a non-Mormon culture.
Appalachian culture, that I think.
Yeah, basically Appalachian or native culture, depending on what
kind of
flavor you're talking about, whether it's eldritch horror or mystical woodsman magic dude.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I think like
You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, Malcolm.
Well, I want
you
you to
trampled
explain
over his
it.
good points.
There are
He was about
multiple
to
kinds of skinwalkers, and if you fucking cared about Appalachian or native culture, you know that, wouldn't
I
you?
care a lot.
I'm angry.
I was just kind of like there was a pause, so I said something to like give you time to collect your thoughts.
Then I didn't hear it because I tune you out sometimes.
Pharaoh, he keeps talking over
that's
you.
all. Isn't that obvious?
No, shut
I
the
think you
fuck
should
up.
have him expelled into a lake of fire. Pharaoh, kick this guy out.
Yeah.
Pharaoh,
So
put
wait,
him
so
on
is
his
what-
streets.
You have smited the almighty Pharaoh
The curse of Ra.
with the curse of Ramses behind me. I sentence you to damnation in the lake of fire. As the fire goes down the Nile, so shall the size of your penis.
Oh, by Geb, it's raining toads in Robert's room. It's raining
it's
frogs.
getting shorter.
Okay, because if like the size of if it's going down like the Nival, I would assume it'd be extending
No,
into its
going
tributaries.
ebbing,
Yeah,
not
it's
ebbing,
ebbing.
not falling.
Yeah, you're being ebbed.
You're being
Ebbed like a motherfucker.
You've been
Jesus.
So fuck Utah. Thank you.
Utah Soakers, hit me up. That's what you're called now.
No, they don't
I'll
want
expect
that.
my
That's
check in the mail.
That's too much in the culture, all right? That's too much in the culture. That's like that's home ground for the soaking, right?
They wouldn't do the Saints. They're not going to do the Soakers either.
Well, they can't do saints. That's Catholics. So that's fuck off.
They're the Latter-day
Do they have
Saints.
saints in Mormonism? I don't
They
know.
do.
Not
They
in the
do.
same way they have saints in Catholicism. Like they don't.
Yeah.
You can't. I'm not even going to get into to Catholic dogma versus
No, that's a good
weirdness,
idea not
Mormon
to.
weirdness. The fucking overarching villain of this podcast is just Mormonism, and I want to. I feel like that
We're just
says
getting
something
against it.
about us.
Yeah,
That we hate them. Yes.
to get back into it.
Yeah, that I'm bigoted against them. Yes, that's true. I am.
Yeah. You're like I love all people except for those damn Mormons.
They
I
are
respect
heretics.
all races and creeds except the Mormons.
Just a reminder, okay, your weekly reminder that Mormons thought black people were the cursed followers of Satan until the 70s when they suddenly didn't and everyone went along with it for some reason. I didn't
Yeah.
forget. I didn't forget. That's 100 years of thinking black people are cursed.
That's a line. Yeah, that's a line in the Book of Mormon musical where it's just like when it's like they're singing. It's like when God changed his mind about black people.
1978.
1970. God changed his mind about black people.
God, Matt Stone and Trey Parker is so fucking funny.
It's one of those things where, it's definitely they are the villains of society. It's so funny because like also Mormons are the only like sect religion where like they can legitimately like be the reason a show on TLC is called like my not so gay husband or something. Did you ever see this? It's like a one-off.
The name of the show is My Not So Gay Husband.
No shot. Is that real? Please tell me.
It's real, but I don't. Hold on.
Real House Husbands of Provo.
Oh yeah, no. So the show is called My Husband's Not Gay.
Ladies.
The lady doth protest too much.
Basically, it's about like 4 Mormon men who are attracted to men, but they don't identify as gay. But they call themselves, I believe, same-sex attracted. So they, and the show's crazy. Like it's like all these men, and they're like they're all in denial. They're all married to women. The women are like, yeah, they have SSA. They call it SSA, which is the
same-sex attraction, like playing it off as a mental illness.
So there's literally scenes with them where it's like these guys and they're like all getting together, and they're like playing basketball. And they're like, yeah, we have a system
of course in place
where it's like, 1 is like, you take a look, 2 is like, you can't stop staring. 3 is like, you're drooling. 4 is like, oh, you're getting hot and bothered. And 5 is like, nothing's going to stop me. Like, I'm fucking going for it. And so they're playing basketball, the shirts versus kids basketball. And like, the guys are just drooling and the wives are just watching like, oh, my husband's not gay. And like, it's so funny. So one of the guys in it is single, and so that all these like SSA guys are like, hi, we know someone, we're gonna like have you go on a date. So she goes on a date with this poor woman goes on this date, and the guy's just like, I just want you to know right off the bat that like I'm attracted to men. And she's just sitting there going, what the fuck?
She was really holding her breath for that M. You know what I mean? I'm really attracted to and you're just like,
yeah, he doesn't like say it like that. He's just like, I'm SSA, and she's like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean? And do I need to call a priest or a cop?
Yeah, what does
that mean?
Well, also my favorite is there's this guy, and he's like the leader of all these SSAs.
The leader of the SSA.
Yeah, no, it's like him and his wife are like leading the charge on the SSA movement within the Mormon Church. And like she goes, he's just like, yeah, we've had some issues in the past. And then he goes, hey, listen, me and some buddies of mine, we're gonna go camping in the woods for the weekend. And she's like, not again. She's like, you can't do this. And
you can't do this to me again.
She's halfway out the door with hot pants and a dildo.
He's got like a confessional. He's just like, we had a rough patch there because like, me and the boys, so we just started happening.
Just started fooling around.
Just started fucking again. That's what happened. Well, he's wearing a crop top and hot pants. Get him!
Then Todd came out of Lake Wasatch with his trunks off, and everyone was like, "Oh no, that's so terrible!" And,
oh no!
There's like only one guy in the group is like, I believe like actually bisexual, because he like seems to actually love his wife, but he's also like, yeah, I also like men. All the others are very gay, and it's very obvious. And there's also a great scene in it where like they basically they bring in 2 like openly gay like ex-Mormons, and they're like the gayest gay guys I've ever seen. They're just like
they have to make up for lost time. Yeah,
they're just like, oh my god. And like one of them, I think, is like, oh my god, you're still married? Oh, that's so bad. And I'm just like, they're just like, it's good for you. Like you could be happy. They basically are like, yeah, we're so happy now. Like I'm so free.
Malcolm, I do not want to watch an episode of this. I want to have it all described to me by you. This is so fantastic. This is a 3-course meal for a Utah hater. Please continue.
Yeah, so it's just like that, and then I best the best way to describe it is just like it's like people these couples just putting themselves in pretzels to try to like justify how they're like, particularly these women trying to justify how their husbands are not gay. Like they're just like no.
When they very obviously are.
What happened where they had to marry these guys? Did they just like were out of men, right?
They had to like meet, like they were like the marriages had to be arranged by the church, right?
Yeah. Well, my thought initially was like, oh, maybe they're lesbian. So this is like one of those like
a beard on beard situation.
Yeah, this is like a beard on beard where it's like, oh, she needs like
that would be so hilarious.
Like she needs the cover, he needs the cover. But no, they're very much, these women are like, I love my husband. He's like, he takes care of himself. He smells nice.
No shot. There's no, they're just better liars.
He washes his ass.
No, they're women. They're better liars. That's all there is to it. They've managed to trick the American public. Those men are flaming homosexuals, and they are not. Or they are also, but they're a better liar. You know,
maybe,
that's the whole thing.
But it's also kind of like good for the one wife whose husband's obviously bisexual, because it's like she's the luckiest.
Yeah, she drew the
group.
good one. She drew the good one there. If she is straight, she's just like jackpot, man.
Jackpot.
And I get to do the freaky shit in the bedroom later, ladies. You know, like
later, bitches. I still got to wear my special underwear, but who cares?
Yeah, it's just like the thing is like the guys when they're all hanging out have so much more chemistry than like them with their wives. They're like constantly cutting back, and it's like the wives are like doting over their husbands, and like the guys are just like.
I'm just picturing like four of that guy that had the ass cheek pads in his shorts.
Yeah, this is just like the cast of Queer Eye in just without the like any like gay accoutrement on, in like in a fucking polo.
And then Todd bent into the cooler to get a beer, and I felt something very uncomfortable, and I had to go find my wife for support. That is awesome. That is so awesome that's a show.
It is great.
The show didn't last long because like GLAAD got mad.
Oh, really?
I think the church interfered possibly on that one.
There was a little bit of the church, a little bit of GLAAD being like, this is dangerous. But I'm like, you watch it and you're like, no, this is a PSA on how the Mormon church is fucked up. And
yeah,
like,
it's dangerous.
I'm rooting. I'm going like, you need to free
Everyone
these
wants to
men.
see those dudes kiss.
Like,
the producers probably knew what they were doing, but like the idea of it on their face, I can see why GLAAD would be mad about it, because it is, you know, people on it are unironically pushing, you know, the homosexuality as being a mental illness versus like anything like that.
I like how they call it SSA too, Malcolm, like it's MAP or something like that. Like it's on the only Mormons could put being a gay person on the same level as being a pedophile, and that's the truth. And they're so good at it.
That's just what they do. I mean, that's that's sort of like the thing that you know historically used to be qualified as the same shit as like bestiality, and that's obviously super upsetting. But you know,
blacks used to be followers of Satan in the Mormon belief. So
exactly,
there you go.
Leave it to the Mormons.
Leave it to them.
Also, how much does this, just like before we move topics, how much does your Mormon pastor have to hate you to set you up with a gay guy?
Oh,
good question.
Yeah.
Like, how annoying must you be?
Yeah, there's just someone just being like, yeah, you're going to have to really work hard for this one.
Do you want John, who's a lumberjack? Or do you want Carrie, who's a tailor? Your tithe is looking kind of low. That's all I'm saying.
That's just saying. You only give the bare minimum 10%. That's a little light this season.
So do you want 18 pieces of flair or?
Yeah.
Did you just make an Office Space reference?
It's all I do, actually.
It's all you have.
It's all I can do.
This is all my comedy at the end of the day, yeah.
It's very sad. That's very sad.
Is it sad? Is it just our world is Office Space? I can keep going with these topics if you guys want to get off this one.
No, I just want to point out, speaking on the Office Space, I was thinking about it. It's how like it came about at the same time, like hypnotism was a big thing in movies. Where'd the hypnotism movies go?
People figured out it was bullshit and it wasn't even believable in movies.
I mean, Shallow Hal, Office Space, there had to have been a few others.
There are. Liar Liar.
Oh yeah, there you go.
What was the other one? It's literally Jim Carrey also.
You're thinking of Yes Man, but I thought it was that.
It's kind of the same thing.
But I think it was like more magical or something.
I am thinking of Yes Man. It was the other one. It's like Liar Liar and Yes Man are basically the same kind of movie.
Yeah, the same movie, same actor, but almost the same premise. But obviously, you know, Yes Man, I think, is better.
Yes Man is better. It's just a more positive connotation.
I feel like there was a lot of hype when I was a kid about like how good Liar Liar was, but I remember watching it as a kid and going like, this is what it was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I feel like people around me, like the adults around me, were just like,
oh, you
need
can't
to stop
lie.
lying.
how terrible would it be if me, an adult, couldn't lie? Yeah,
God,
it's fucking
I couldn't
insane.
tell Malcolm I loved him every night. Good.
I'm gonna make an argument to say that Yes Man is sort of Jim Carrey's last great like comedy film, because like after that he started doing like some random cameos, and like he did a couple of family movies and was in Kick-Ass 2, but like now he only makes Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Who was he in Kick-Ass 2?
Colonel Stars and Stripes.
Oh my God, I just realized that. Holy shit.
That's so funny.
How did I not know that was Jim Carrey?
Because no one cared. Because no one saw Kick-Ass 2. Why did Nick Cage agree to that?
I don't even think he's in the second one.
He's not in the second one because he dies in the first one.
Moving on.
You didn't watch it. You piece of shit.
Here's my next couple of bits. These are just rapid fire quips.
Perfect.
You guys can you can judge them for what they are. They're basically tweets that I kept in drafts.
Okay.
Just tell me
if we like them, will you tweet them out?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
go
perfect.
do it.
Why offices are full of ugly people? Short answer: your job sucks because you're ugly.
Oh, it's a little too real.
Oof.
What is
I guess it
stopping-
depends on what you're doing. Like, I think like
It's clerical
like
stuff.
what like is your office selling insurance, right? Like
Yeah.
an insurance office is not, not great. But you have to be in front of people. You got a little bit of salesperson, so you're not going to be the ugliest of the ugly. Like,
I mean, if you're in sales, salespeople are beautiful.
yeah, they're the most beautiful people in the world.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of them are very beautiful. A lot of them are very beautiful.
There's a
Real
sales
estate
floor at my job, and oh my
agents.
goodness, some of the most attractive people I've ever seen work in that section of the building. And they get treated better than us by a noticeable degree. All of their lunches are catered. They get to go earlier in the day than us. They have a perfect schedule. The problem is, and this is the only problem with working in sales at my company, you have to interact with the backline people like us.
Oh.
And you have to ask them to do things for you. That is what they don't like, and they often tell us they don't like doing it.
Yeah, life at the Wonka factory sounds rough.
Yeah, so they want a new song every hour, and they want a song for every eventuality, and it's really tough to predict what kid's getting sucked into what machine.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to suck because one kid's going to get sucked into the sucking machine, and that's not good for anyone.
Well, he already got.
Yeah, do you know how difficult this is, Malcolm? You try with me. What do you get when you're sucked into a machine that sucks? You know what I'm saying? I have a hard job.
I mean, my question would be, why is there the sucking machine on the factory floor in a way that kids can get into it?
Well, because it's sucking up all the dirt. Like, you don't want dirt in your chocolate, right? Like this is it's about it's an air purification system on some level. Like it's making sure that you've got pure chocolate.
This is why you should be Wonka, Malcolm. This is why you're the only guy who can do it. I'm so excited for you to buy this company.
Yeah.
I want
to make sure the the cocoa is
cacao.
not that we don't lose its essence in the you know what I'm saying in the the production.
The kids walk into the room, and me and the other Oompa Loompas are running vacuums over all the cocoa beans, and the kids say, "Why are they vacuuming the beans?" And Malcolm's just like, "Shut up, you fucking." The beans can't be fucking dirty, you idiot.
There's dirt all over the beans.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure you have good chocolate. All right, you fucking fat piece of shit. I'm here to make sure that you stay fat. All right, I'm here to make sure you have delicious chocolate. You're not eating that Hershey shit. All right, you don't even make Hershey's in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Did you know that? You wouldn't know because your fucking brain is melting.
Dumbass theme park thing.
Just aggressively yell Hershey.
Come on,
facts at
I'm
him,
just getting madder and madder. I'm like, what? You want to fucking Mr. Big Bar now? Fuck that! Stuff that in your fat fucking face.
Your face is like getting progressively redder and redder.
Yeah, You know, you guys here in the States don't even have good Kit Kat bars, all right? You have to fucking import them from Canada, you pieces of shit.
The kid starts to try to say something, and then you like loudly talk over the start
You
mugging.
grab them and you throw them in the sucking machine.
But
Yeah, I just look at them.
but what are you saying? Speak like a normal person.
Yeah, speak. Yeah, I listen. Listen, your tears can't flavor this fucking water, all right? All right? We're importing the water from fucking Fiji, all right? It's costing me an arm and a leg, you little shit stain.
Just to keep your fat ass eating.
The parent's just like, well, I don't really like the way you're talking to my kid right now.
Yeah, and then I throw them in already. You know, I look at the kid. I go, listen, kid. You know what the secret ingredient is? Mouthy parents.
Loompa, doompa,
I take out the parents and I send their bodies to the Mr. Beast chocolate factory.
We have a direct partnership with the Mr. Beast Feastables Candy Company. It is a kickback deal from the guy who makes the Feastables chocolate bars.
Do.
It is very illegal.
Patent is still pending.
I just, in a more serious note, I think I would. It's not a more serious note. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
What are you trying to get serious about?
In a note that I'm like, I would be excited to do, of something a project I would be excited to work on with you guys, would be a very, very low budget remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Just like ridiculously low budget. Like they go into the room of like sweets and it's like big like paper signs with marker on it, and you force the actors to like lick the walls, and it's like obviously like just some industrial space.
Unfortunately, Robert, they did this better in Glasgow.
No, but it has to be a movie.
No, it just reminds me that like one of the very first things I wrote as a child when I was like a child writer was I wrote a knockoff of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but I called it Scott and the Candy Factory.
Dude.
It's just very
Rodal comes back from the grave to kick your ass.
I don't even know if I said it was a factory. I think I changed that as well. I think it was like Scott and the Fandy.
Scott goes to the candy store in Phoenix now.
I think it was like Scott in the Candy Emporium. Like
the Emporium. Yeah, that's good.
That was the guy my mom was dating at the time, I think, suggested that word. He's like, yo, you should use Emporium.
That's good.
This is literally the biggest word I know.
Can I get notes from that guy? I got a couple projects to send his way.
No, I don't know whatever happened to him. They broke up, and then my mom was like, you'll never see him again. And I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking the dude your mom fucked would be a flex, so I think you should think about that.
Yeah.
So let's continue on. Yeah, so that was a good tweet, you guys think?
I think it's like missing a thing.
It's missing a second beat. I personally enjoy the premise of it. It needs some specificity.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
You guys
Next
are good tweeters, so
I'm not.
Keep that in mind. What is stopping us from disappearing into the woods? The internet?
Again, it's missing like a punchline. Yeah. It's like it's got. But I like the premise. It's got a good premise. What is stopping us from running into the woods?
I was going to say we could build the internet.
We could build the internet in the woods.
Let Malcolm finish the fucking joke, you fucking asshole.
I just think you could go with the second beat and go like, what's stopping us from leaving into the woods? The internet? No, the internet reaches the woods now. Like, fucking does it?
No, that's not a joke. That's not a joke.
No, it's not a joke. That's what I'm critiquing.
Anti-humor. I'm rebelling against Robert's anti-humor ways.
Rebelling. We're rioting.
Yeah. Go do some fucking alt comedy somewhere else, you fucking bitch.
What are you talking about? I'm not doing alt comedy. Let's see. What was? Can you read it again, Harper?
Yeah. Okay. We'll see if you guys can make this funnier because I could use your punchline here.
Okay.
Right. What is stopping us from disappearing into the woods? The internet?
Oh no! It should be what's stopping us from what is it? Running into the woods, the internet, or my crippling hentai addiction?
There you go. Tweet it.
You're a genius.
Tweet it.
Genius.
That's a tweet right there. It's like a banger.
That's a good one. No, that will bang. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
no,
well,
that's
let's
good.
do one more, and then we got to get a user submission in.
Pharaoh won't provide the straw for bricks anymore. What gives?
I just kind of like it on its own, honestly. I kind of like that a lot.
It's biblical.
I shouldn't like it as much as I do, but I really
Biblical,
do.
right?
I think this one is more complete. Like I feel like it's got it all. It's got it all. Yeah.
Well, Pharaoh, you kept the quota the same, and you won't give us any straw for bricks. We have to go and find it. So what gives? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, unfortunately, my temple has been under attack recently.
By Hebrews.
We'll just steal the thatching from its palazzo.
I've had to punish my right hand man with an ebbing, and that wasn't pleasant for anyone.
I heard
still
about
not over that.
Yeah,
I'm still a little bitter.
I saw the Nile ebb, and I just thought to myself, the Grand Vizier's penis has got to be just microscopic.
Oh
yeah, Teresa Ramsey's Ebb in the Nile.
Yeah, so we'll put a gold star right next to.
That's a good tweet. I think that's a good one.
I do have one more thing I wanted to do.
Okay,
right. So I want you to pick a hand real quick. My left hand or my right hand?
Left hand.
I'm going to say right hand.
Ooh, we have a tie. Okay. That's not what I expected. So we'll go with the runner.
Well, listen, Robert. I'll switch it over. I'll do left hand. He's had such a violent ebbing that he deserves this win.
Thank you, Pharaoh. Thank you.
Thanks,
You're welcome, my disciple.
I'm your vizier, not your disciple. That's not how that works.
All right, take him back to the ebbing.
No,
Put in an effect so it sounds like I'm being dragged away.
Yeah,
Sasha, please.
Do some Egyptian.
Yeah, just do like that thing.
Thank you, Sasha.
Okay, I did have several hypotheticals, but I came up with a lot of hypotheticals because I deleted Twitter and Instagram off my phone, and it's depleted my libido and made me more bored. So
okay.
I'll give you the one that was in my left hand here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a user submission from someone who'd like to be known as Buck Panic. That's your cue, Buck Panic.
Oh, I thought you actually had one from someone who was pretending to be me.
Come on.
I was so afraid for a moment.
That would be funny.
What have these Utahns done this time?
No, specifically because you were giving an ultimatum. So I wanted to.
No, it's funny. It's funny. My song recommendation to producer Sasha is always look on the bright side of life from Life of Brian.
Oh, nice. It's a fun movie.
Hi, guys. I wanted to ask how many jumping jacks can Robert do while saying Latin words or phrases? Thanks. Love the show.
Oh, shit.
Less than 5.
Do I get any prep time?
I can ask the other I could tell you the other hypothetical I was gonna do.
I could guess, but I can't exercise again on the show. It did not work well.
But you have to. The user submission said.
Yeah, it said how many. Well, and here, listen, you don't have to do it, but you can just ballpark a number, and then we'll disagree with you or agree if it's.
Or you
right
can prove
number.
it.
But okay, so words and phrases. So like if I lorem ipsum est is or id
I can't
est.
hear you. I can't hear you right now.
Oh, because I'm not doing jumping
because
jacks.
You're not doing jumping jacks.
No, the point is like, am I just individual words or
words and phrases?
Words and phrase. It was very clear. Buck Panic was very clear about the phrasing of words and phrases.
It's true. He said that specifically.
Et al is one, yes.
All right, we'll do a jumping jack because I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, this is me doing jumping jacks,
Oh,
not bouncing on my bed and putting my fuck off. I'm not doing fucking jumping jacks.
Why not? Why won't you do jumping jacks for the hypothetical?
I want to.
Oh, fuck.
Fine.
Okay.
You know what? Fine. I'm going to put my life on the line for the Seinfuck podcast in a way that my co-hosts never will.
A general adoration.
He's doing it. He's doing it. Robert. Keep the mic, all right? You got to make sure the mic's
trying. I can't jump. I'm going to have to hold.
Just try. Just give it a shot.
All right.
No, we can do this. It's all right,
Oh fuck. Am I gonna have to go back to my like definitions or my vocabulary?
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Aqua, pax, pacis, id, est, tempus, forget.
That's 7. That's
Listen, your degree's coming into handy
That
right
degree
now.
is
This
crazy,
is great.
dude.
Your
Degree goes
your
fucking
minor,
nuts.
this is the most work you put into that minor since you graduated.
In Latin classics.
You got your Latin classics, all right? Listen, think
Pharaoh.
about your professor. Professor, Xavier Ultron or whatever his name was.
Xavier Woods, yeah.
Am I gonna have to fuck God, I haven't thought about this in a while.
All right, he's at
hike, hoke, hear him.
He's at 8.
It's a whole language.
You couldn't even get to 10, folks.
I can keep going. It's just I'm
Keep
I'm
going. We haven't said to stop
drowning
yet.
in choice here.
All right, your turn, Malcolm.
All right, what is mine?
You fucking speak
it's your
Latin
turn.
phrases and do
I
jumping
don't know
jacks.
Latin phrases. I don't know. Why would I? I don't have a Latin
Oh, you're
name.
giving
man.
me shit.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Potum, pluribus, unum, habeas corpus. Fuck.
Yeah, habeas corpus is one.
All right, fine. I'll do it. All right. Are you happy? We all
I did a
doing
lot
this?
more jumping jacks than I did Latin words, Robert, so you should feel good about that.
Yeah. Carpe, diem,
Oh, that's a
ad,
good one.
hoc, alma, mater, bona, fide,
Is bona fide one?
ligma.
I don't think that. Hey, hold on. What was that last one?
Hold on,
alter,
I gotta check
ego,
Whitaker's words if Ligma's on there.
ergo.
Huck, post, huck.
Carthage,
Cavia.
Delenda, Est.
Rome, ad, homium, homo,
Homosexual.
Fucking Malcolm's breaking out all the fucking like argument terms that people
Yeah.
use, that incels on the internet use.
He's a very litigious guy.
Yeah, exactly.
definitely.
Listen, I know all my Latin through two ways: the law and medical prescriptions.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Those generally are written in Greek, actually.
Yeah, the other one was going to be.
Shit! Oh, fuck! I was just saying Greek the whole time.
No,
the
you
other
were
one
saying
was,
Latin.
I
The other
know.
one I was going to do would be a game where. Well, that was great, Robert. Big applause for Robert here,
mean, I
Sasha.
Yeah, Robert, we did it. Both of us tied you, which is an amazing feat.
There's
All right,
just
in terms
so
of skill,
much.
It's so fuck, Pharaoh.
Tara. I mean, I can keep going. It's just like
You listen. I gave you an opportunity. You said there was too much, and now
There's too
you must
much.
return to the ebbing quarters.
Do you know how
Pharaoh,
to
you already
conjugate a
ebbed him.
fucking
I don't know
verb?
how much more ebbed he could get, Pharaoh.
And like Latin's less vocabulary and more like what a word does in this specific sentence. And it's like, if you conjugate a verb, like a verb in Latin has 4 different like forms of the verb, which is just the general definition, so you know how to conjugate it properly. It's weird. I'm not going to explain myself to you guys anymore. I just you guys made me want
Yeah,
to
you're
die.
fine.
So
I'm sorry. I'm
How
sorry.
is
I
that
thought it
what
would
makes
be
you want
funny.
to die?
It was really funny for the record.
It's
but-
really funny.
thanks, Pharaoh. Can I get my dick
I will.
back?
I will spare you. You've been de-ebbed.
I've been
I will-
de-ebbed, ladies and
He's been
gentlemen.
flowed.
You've been yeah.
Flowed.
I will. I will grant you your weekly serving of honey, an extra honey.
Oh, well, beautiful. Can you please get straws back
Can
to
you
the,
Yes, I will-
to
I
the
will make
Get
sure-
rid of
laborers?
straw for the
You
brick.
have straw, and I will give you
What
brick.
gives?
What gives? That's a good one, man.
You
Come
should
on.
just tweet that.
Thanks for doing that, Robert.
Yeah, Robert,
is
you've
always
been a champ.
Great champ here.
I respect you a lot, so thank you.
I really don't want to work out on the pod anymore.
Okay, so
All right.
why? First of all,
Because it's not
this is a
working
fitness
out.
podcast.
Yeah, listen, we've got two guys here, Harper and I. We've been losing a lot of weight.
A lot of weight.
Between us, we've lost a ton of weight. And Robert's been staying the same, which is great because he was in good shape to begin with.
Robert's has been in good shape as long as I know him. So
He's been my standard. I've been like, what will Robert do?
Yeah, what would Robert do? That's what I say when I stare at that foot long.
I eat one donut and I gain 15 pounds. Like, I don't know what to do.
I had two slices of pizza at a card game I was at, and I gained 8 pounds the next day. And I was like, how could this have possibly happened?
Yeah, all that retention, that water, it's come back.
It's all the salt in me.
All the sodium.
It took me a week to get rid of it too. I'm like genuinely confused how it happened.
I have to use a metabolic scale. That really kind of gives you a better sense of like what you're actually doing with your body. Sometimes the regular scales, they lie. They're not calibrated correctly. And I'm all about calibration, as you know.
Yeah. I use the one at my gym when I want accuracy, but the one at home when I want an ego boost because it rounds up and down because it can't do actual fucking scale math. It's like a fucking fake scale. It's like something that my grandma got me and it like baked in my car for a year, but it's still pretty close. You know what I mean?
How do you do metabolic weight?
I don't know. The scale does it.
Yeah. It's like you like have like probes and stuff and then like it measures.
Are you getting probed?
It might be pseudoscience. I'm going to be completely honest. As I talk about
it,
it might be fake. All right, my gym might be scamming me with these metabolic.
You just think you're losing weight.
That is so awesome, Malcolm, to just come out here and be like, no, it's like totally true. And I take probes and weigh myself, and it gives you a more true set. It might be bullshit. It might be complete bullshit, actually. I might be making this up.
Well, we can do a real submission. Like that was,
No, I don't think it's about as good as it's going to get, honestly.
No,
you know what kind of user submissions we get.
Can't disappoint the fans. All right.
Okay, I will say the user submission right when after I'm done calculating my BMR. What is 185 pounds, 2 kilograms? I'm not gonna stop. It's
she called you Pharaoh yet?
3.9 kilograms.
She hasn't. She refuses. She says it's forced. She'll call me king, though. We've talked about this, but it
just seems like
it doesn't fit
easier.
the right. I don't feel like I'm a king. I'm a pharaoh.
Daily BMR is 1,845 calories a day.
I'm gonna send you a
that's
jersey
the
with Pharaoh on the
baseline.
back, and she'll start calling you it, dude.
That would be amazing.
I bet.
We've got Vancouver. We got a PWHL team coming in, and like
that's true.
I'm if there's a fan vote, I'm organizing a fan vote to be the Pharaohs, so I can.
Are we ready for an actual real user submission?
Yeah,
that somehow we're gonna have to cut down on for this.
Well, we don't have to.
We got a lot of stuff. All right, we got a lot of stuff.
We got a good chunk.
Okay, well, this is a user submission from someone who'd like to be known as Kim.
Hi,
Kim. Their song recommendation is Streets by Doja Cat.
Oh,
I like
a fellow
Doja
racist
Cat.
Music enjoyer.
They say you are offered $5 million, but if someone says a specific word within 100 feet of you, you will explode. Will you take the deal? And if so, what is that word you're picking? You must be able to pronounce this word correctly for it to count. I feel like this is like a trick to make us say slurs.
No,
you don't want to. You don't want it to be a slur because listen, you're going to be around. You're going to be in bars. You're going to be in like
Baltimore.
You'll be
It's
people
specifically
will say the slur.
bit. Specifically the bit where they say you have to be able to pronounce it, and i.e. you should prove that you can pronounce it on the pod.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I think what it is, they don't want, I feel like Kim is trying to say is like, don't pick, like try to pick like one of those like Icelandic like towns that no one can
Reykjavik.
pronounce. Yeah. You didn't even say it right.
Reykjavik.
No, it's Reykjavik.
It's not Reykjavik.
It's Reykjavik. I've been there.
I don't believe you. I don't trust you.
He's firsthand.
I still don't trust you or believe you.
To the locals.
Reykjavik.
I mean, here's the thing. Listen, I'll tell you this. It might not a specific word, but it's a phrase. Will you accept a phrase from me?
For this thing that doesn't matter whatsoever? Sure.
Okay. My phrase is going to be, please welcome to the ice your Stanley Cup champions, the Vancouver Canucks.
Cut it there. Cut it there.
I'm all about the PWHL now, baby.
Let's go, Leonard.
Yeah.
The best Tets, maybe. The best Tets would be pretty
Oh,
good.
God. It's hard
I
to be
guess
a
if,
fan of this
through that
team.
same vein, ladies and gentlemen, the World Series winners, the Padres, the San Diego Padres.
They got a pretty good chance this
You have a
year.
good
They
chance.
they lost a series to the Tigers. What the fuck are you talking
The
about?
Tigers are great. They were just in the fucking playoffs.
They're doing good. They're doing all right. I'm
Yeah,
still mad
you're
about
talking as if they're a bad team. They're not
it.
a
Yes,
bad
the
team.
Padres are considered the best team in baseball
The
right
Canucks
now.
are chokers, all right? They're the Jokers are chokers.
Francisco Aquilini. Hey. Let's see. What would a word that I'm confident no one would ever say
Within 100 feet of you.
within 100 feet of me? Oh, that is tough because I'm gonna have to pick something antiquated, which means I would have to avoid Shakespeare theater. And God, I love Shakespeare in the Park.
You'd also have to make sure you don't get close to your local Globe Theater. Yeah, 100 feet.
No.
But that's not that hard.
Not hard.
Don't go to like Balboa Park or whatnot.
I think I could probably get away with queer-s, like the
Yeah, curious or quite queerous. It's a bit of armor,
a
right?
chest armor. Yeah, the
Curious.
queer-s.
I think is it queerous or curious?
Because if it's curious, you're gonna die. Like,
Yeah, I will die if it's curious, but I'm pretty sure I've heard it pronounced queer-s.
Queerous.
I think for me, my other word,
Okay.
my real word would be betwixt.
Betwixt.
That's a good
Betwixt.
one. That's a good one.
I would kill you. I'm sorry.
You're gonna know that, and then you harness it
Accidentally, I'd forget about
You
it because I
wouldn't do it on
have
purpose.
used betwixt before in a
Yes,
in
the-
dramatic
conversation
sense.
casually.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Delilah clan is very fond of that kind of language, to be
Oh,
honest with
shit.
you.
See,
Well-
that's the thing. A lot of this shit, I will fucking murder you guys. If let's say if this was like a universal thing, like everyone had it, my family would be murderers because we say weird shit.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Well, the other word could be facsimile.
Again.
You can't go
When
to
are you
a
gonna
serious
throw
political
a fax?
discussion.
Use it
Yeah.
in a sentence. Use it in a casual sentence.
A sentence. Oh yes, this recreation is this reproduction of this famous painting is a facsimile of a earlier work of this well-known artist's.
All right. Well, I'll never go to a museum with you.
Yeah, never watch Jeopardy or go to museums or read a book.
Well, it says spoken. It doesn't say written.
What do you want from me, Malcolm? I give you so
Fanfare.
much love.
Trumpets,
Everything for you.
jazz music. Thank you so much for coming out, everybody.
I didn't
Thank you
have
very
one.
much.
I didn't have
We've
one.
been Seinfuck. Let's go.
I didn't say one.
Oh, what was yours?
Don't just cut it there. That was part of the joke.
His answer? The word bro.
Just cut it where I said to cut it.